Hello friends, my name is Monali and today I'm going to talk about Sprint 2. This is the table of content of the details of the sprint we have done. So to begin with, me, my team members Akash, Jyoti and Sanjana have worked on the sprint which started on 5th September and ends on 25th of September. We have worked all together not more than 24 hours. Here are the product backlog. As per the client's demand, we have worked on various metrics and KPI for data integration strategies. We have also worked on different platforms of the data integration. We have also worked on IoT data strategies and the special offers available. This is the Sprint 2 ERP diagram. And here are the few user stories we have included in our Sprint 2. Myself and Jyoti, we have worked on the policies and the risks that are associated with underwater file sharing, and we have defined and encountered them. Akash and Sanjana have worked on defining the hardware components. Sanjana and Jyoti have worked together on defining the security requirements and further solutions. And me and Akash have also worked on issue logs and new changes requests which are to be submitted along with this client requirement. Now, we had few meetings for this sprint. The first was a review meeting which we had on 5th of September. And in this meeting, we had different agendas. We also discussed about how things work and what the client's requirement is and specifications are. And client gave us few feedbacks and he gave us few tasks that we needed to do for the next meeting. And for the retrospective meeting, which we had on 9th of September, we discussed all the things we had done for the sprint till now. And we also created a secure plan for security development. The overall meeting went good and the client was very happy with the work, and he also asked us to make few changes, which we did. We had learned few lessons from the past sprint, which we thought we could have improved and which we did improve in our sprint 2. Yes. And for the individual component, I was working on cybersecurity threats, and these are the few user stories and the task which I did. The product items which I worked on was to explicitly examine the IoT environment and to study on the weak users or the third party authentications. Um, Sanjana had worked on the study of communication systems and investigation, the characteristics of the web mobile applications. Akash worked on smart edge devices and gateways, and Jyoti was working on characteristics of IoT sensors. Akash was also involved in working for the study of vulnerabilities and its target, or the mobile applications for the data types. And here are the few user story which I myself had worked on. This was my individual component. I studied for the IoT sensor environment, and we listed some security threats which we needed to study. We also had to review and interview with the stakeholders to know the technical and documentation problems. I also worked on capturing the suggestion of field experts. It means I had to work on underwater components, IoT components. We conducted a security examination and assessment and pre-missions test to list all the current vulnerabilities and its sources. I also worked on risk management policies and mitigation strategies. For that, I had to establish risk management strategies and prevent those strategies by documenting them and knowing what risk are there and what strategies I can implement to uh, make them settle. As a client, I was to be aware about the risk, cyber risk and threats in the project. We had to prepare the strides for firework, framework, and cyber risk. For every item, stride principles are covered. Yes, so these are the individual user stories which I was working on. Akash was working on IoT cybersecurity solutions. He did a very good job in creating countermeasures. Jyoti was working on IoT integrations. She also worked very thoroughly for her part, and Sanjna was working on on the current threats and um, problems arising in communication for underwater. So she also had to go through a thorough research. So this is the burn down and gain chart we had prepared. And these are the few references from which we have extracted our data for um, Sprint 2. And that's all what I had about Sprint 2. Thank you.